You know, if I have on this shirt that we are talking about something themed, something very themed, and that is Victorian Christmas decor. I almost got rid of this shirt, by the way, but it is a Victorian shirt, so I feel bad getting rid of it because it's the only one I own, and like, where am I gonna find another one? And it matches my wallpaper? What are the odds? It's like it's meant to be. That's what I'm telling myself. Anyways, so we're talking about Victorian Christmas decor ideas. I did do research into the items prior to coming up with this list, and I will attach all of my resources below if you're interested in checking them out for yourself. Now, before I dive into the decor ideas, of course, you can skip to that part. I did want to talk a little bit about what a Victorian Christmas was like back then and share a little bit of history. I'm not gonna cover a ton, but just some, just to kind of prepare you for the list. So Victorian Christmases were truly a time for family, celebration, and new traditions. And they actually popularized many traditions that are still celebrated today, including the Christmas tree, gift giving, and seasonal food. Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, played a significant role in popularizing many of the traditions that we associate with Christmas today. The couple is credited with introducing the Christmas tree to the British royal family in the 1840s. The tree was adorned with candles, sweets, and small gifts and quickly became a symbol of the season. Gift giving was also a growing tradition. However, the gifts tended to be a bit more simpler with more practical uses rather than lavish presents that you would see today. Many items would be handmade, including toys for children, knitted garments, or small keepsakes. Victorians also popularized carols as a form of musical entertainment. And one of the most influential figures in shaping the Victorian Christmas was the author Charles Dickens. There's obviously so much more I could cover, but I just wanted to share a little brief history, but now it's time to jump into the decor ideas. I also split this up into categories. So the first category is going to be ornaments. Now, when it came to ornaments in the Victorian period, they would use fruits, nuts, popcorn, feathers, pretty much anything they could find to decorate the tree. So that being said, you're gonna hear a lot of those things on this list, just a little more in detail. The first idea on this list is going to be the pomander ball. Pomander balls began not as Christmas decorations, but as a personal perfume back in the medieval times. Pomander balls have a long history, starting in the Middle Ages as a way to protect against illness and bad smells, and eventually becoming a popular Christmas decoration. You can easily make these by going to the grocery store and getting some cuties and cloves and some ribbon to make something that looks like this. Honestly, these are super cool because not only does it smell good, but of all of the ornament ideas, this one is absolutely the most unique thing I've ever seen. It's so unique. And if you think that cuties are too heavy for your tree, you could always opt for fake fruit as well. And I'm going to go through a whole list of fruit. So any of these you could use real or fake. Probably for some of them, I would say use fake, depending on what it is. You'll have to use your own discretion when I say what fruit. I was thinking of grapes. Probably don't put real grapes on the tree. Yeah, anyways, let's go through the list. The next one is orange slice ornaments. They look like this. They're super easy to make. You put them in the oven, you dry them out, and you hang them from your tree, and they do look like little ornaments, and again, it's gonna make your home smell really good. You could also do apples, bananas, bunches of grapes, acorns, cinnamon sticks, and you could also make sugar cookies, which was an absolute highlight of a Victorian Christmas tree. Edible sugar cookies, it's one of the oldest decorations. Medieval German cookbooks show a variety for homemade sugar ornaments flavored with lemons, almonds, rose water, and other fruits, flowers, herbs, and spices. So this is a very, very old decoration. And the reason I like this one a lot is because it's not only a decoration, but it's also a full-on activity that you can do with your family and friends. Next, we have straw ornaments. In the Victorian era, straw was a popular material for hats, bonnets, and dress trimmings. And because straw was cheap and readily available, it was also used to make Christmas tree decorations, making this the perfect Christmas ornament to add to your tree. You could also make some homemade paper ornaments that look like an angel, a flower, or a star. And moving on into some other ideas, you could also use real flowers or fake flowers, add some bells to your tree, or tinsel ornaments. And lastly, we have blown glass ornaments. Now these do have a very specific look to them, and you can find some that look like this today, maybe made of plastic, which is much easier if you're storing them away. But if you do only have the normal ornaments, you know, the normal bulbs, those work too. Those work too. If you have all those other items I mentioned, then it still gives that Victorian feel. Next, I wanted to talk about lighting, and this is a pretty short list because, of course, it was candlelight. So there are just a couple of things I wanted to put on this list. So the first one would be candle taper Christmas tree lights like this. I also did a whole video decorating in a dark academia Christmas, which ironically looked very Victorian. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it here because I do candle tapers in my tree along with like pine cones and a bunch of other stuff. So if you want to see that video, it's on the screen. Anyways, yeah, so candle taper Christmas lights. Everyone should have these. They're so nice. They're beautiful. Next are candle tapers in general, just kind of displayed around your home, and you could also put them on a candelabra or put them in a candle holder. Now moving on to decor. The first thing I wanted to talk about on the decor list is garland, because there are so many different things that you could make garland from. So many. Such as cedar, pine, eucalyptus, fir, ivy, holly, juniper, berries, pine cones, baby's breath, and you could also just make a garland purely from fruits as well, like orange and berries, popcorn, and you could even add some feathers in there. You really want to aim to add natural materials that you could kind of find outdoors and bring those into your home, while still incorporating other things that you would have at home, like foods. Also, with anything that you are including in your home when it comes to plants and even fruit that you have on display, please make sure if you have pets, you look up which ones are pet safe. Next is a paper chain garland, or you could do a book pages paper chain as well. You can display this over top a mantle, around your Christmas tree, around entryways. There are so many different places that you can use this, or you can add it to garland. And I'm just gonna add this one in there because I did this in my tree, is I put book pages in my tree to fill it. I don't think that's something they did, maybe they did, but for some reason to me that feels fitting. I feel like it would be cool. It looked cool when I did it. I don't know, just saying. Next are Christmas cards. So the first Christmas card was created in 1843 by Sir Henry Cole and often featured flowers and animals. They were exchanged as gifts and then prominently displayed in the living room, near the Christmas tree, or on mantles, tables, or even tucked into garland. The practice of sending cards spread quickly, becoming an integral part of Victorian holiday celebrations. So it's like, that could technically go in the tree too. If you put it in the garland, why not put it in the tree? More decorations. Next, you could incorporate a mistletoe into your home, poinsettias. Those actually came around in the Victorian times. You could incorporate some ribbon into your decorations, look for velvet, look for lace even, look for plaid, gingham print. Those would all be really good, even floral. And with the ribbon, not only can you incorporate that into your decorations like your garland and stuff like that, but you could also make it into bows to put on your tree as well. And you can put the ribbon around your tree. You know what to do with it. I'm just saying. Bows on your tree, bows in your garland, bows on your wall sconces. You know, I know you know. Next, you could get a plain stocking and stitch your name onto it. You could put books on display that kind of fit the color palette. And last but not least, you could get some Christmas crackers to display under your tree or in your tree to open on Christmas or Christmas Eve, however you do it. All I know is this is such a fun little tradition, and it kind of sits at the heart of what a Victorian Christmas was, because in Christmas crackers you will find like a little crown, a little joke, little trinkets, and that's so spot on to the types of gifts that they would give around the Victorian period. So to me, this is the perfect little addition. Well, that is it. I hope you got some ideas for decorating this year. Hopefully you learned a little something, and if you want to learn more, feel free to check out the resources I have attached below. That being said, I would love to know, what kind of Christmas theme are you decorating in this year? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay weird. I have a connection with Santa, okay? And he told me if you watch these videos that you'll be on the nice list. You're gonna get everything you've been asking for. You can click here.